Hello, welcome back to another video on astrology. In this video, I'll be talking to you about Akshaya Tritiya, May 7th, 2019, which is happening tomorrow. I'm sure you must have heard a lot about this event, or you may call it even festival. It has a lot of astrological significance. Let's do the astrological significance first before we get into the spiritual significance of this great event. So let's start with, when does Akshaya Tritiya happen? It can only happen when three conditions are satisfied. So the first condition is the sun must be exalted. When the sun is exalted, when it is in Aries, it happens between mid-April to mid-May. So every time Akshaya Tritiya happens, it can only be within this period. And the next condition is the moon must also be exalted. And the moon is exalted only when the moon is in Taurus or Rishabha. It happens only once out of 12 transits of the moon, and so it can happen only once in 2.25 days out of a possible 28-day cycle. And the third condition is it should also be Tritiya, and it will obviously be only Shukla Paksha, because the moon has just crossed over the sun. And Tritiya, as some of you might already know, is one of the best tithis for any kind of auspicious activity. But what's so special about the sun getting exalted and moon getting exalted? The easy way to understand this is to think of the sun and moon as very special when it comes to horoscope, because the sun and the moon are what they call as luminaries, something to do with light. Because the moon is a reflected moon is a reflection of the sun. So in the sky you have two big sources of light. One of them is the sun and the other one is the moon. The best way to understand Akshaya Tritiya is to think of these two luminaries as two eyes in the sky. Maybe using this logic, you can say that God is perhaps watching you more than on any other day on Akshaya Tritiya. So when God is watching you, is it not your duty to impress Him by doing such actions that He likes? And He likes us to be very kind and compassionate and do a lot of charity. And look at what we normally do on Akshaya Tritiya. Thanks to the marketing done by jewelers, people in India rush to buy gold and silver, not knowing that gold and silver must be donated. And how do you know this? From Brihat Parashara Horashastra, you can say that whenever certain planets are afflicting, the Maharishi says give, give, give. And in some cases, when Jupiter is really afflicted, or Jupiter has turned malefic due to some extraordinary positions in the horoscope, then he recommends that you give away gold. And when it is moon based, he says give away silver. So he keeps suggesting what are the best things to be given away. So in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there's a beautiful story telling us why it is so important that we do charity. So some of the representatives of the Devas, the Manushas, which is the human beings, and the Rakshasas, they meet Prajapati, the creator, and they ask, what should we do to make our lives better? All the three of them ask the same question. And to each one of them, Prajapati actually told the same syllable, one word answer. He turned to the Devas and said Dha, and to the human beings he said Dha, and to the Rakshasas he said Dha. And then he went on to say that I hope you have understood the meaning of whatever I have told you. And they all nodded, yes, we understand, yes, we understand. And the Rakshasas also said yes. And so they left. To the Devas, Dha means Dhamyata, meaning have restraint on your senses. Because the Devas always get into trouble because they enjoy a lot. They are seekers of pleasures. And so Prajapati said, be careful, have a restraint on your senses. But when it came to the human beings, he said Da for Data. Data actually might mean charity, but the real meaning of Data actually is pay. So he was telling them, make your payments on time. Payment is actually charity. So whenever you do charity, you don't have to think that you're doing a big favor to someone, or that you're great, or have some egoistic motive behind giving. All you need to know is it's actually due from your side. You must pay. There is a pending something that you will have to clear up using the payment. And to the Rakshasas he said Da, which actually means Dayadvam, which means be compassionate to other beings in the world. So this is perhaps the same idea that has been continuously revealed in Parashara Horashastra, Brihad Parashara Horashastra, because each time there is trouble, Maharshi Parashara says, give away this, give away that. Give away a black cow in charity, or give away curd, give away food, give away a goat in charity. You will see that he has been continuously stressing on the giving. So this Akshaya Tritiya, please remember that more important than buying gold or silver is actually the more important is that you should have the heart to donate a little bit of gold, maybe a little bit of silver. In case you have some specific problems in your horoscope, use this as one of the best day to do that remedy. For example, if you have a severely afflicted fifth house in your horoscope, rush to the orphanage and give as much as you can to the orphan children. Give those gifts directly, just to make sure it reaches the children. And also go to the old age homes in case you have serious problems in the ninth house, severe afflictions in the ninth house. You can do the charity appropriate to the doshas in your horoscope. If you have a fourth house affliction, you can give something to make the home a better place for the person to live in. You can go to a slum house and then donate something by which they can make their homes a better place. Recently, Orissa and the surrounding place has been devastated by an extraordinary cyclone, and you can take this opportunity to help those people, which means you send money to these cyclone hit regions tomorrow, Akshaya Tritiya. So you can you understand that what is the meaning of Akshaya Tritiya is Akshaya means that which is very never diminishing. It will always be there. So don't fear that your money will go away. All it means is you will get ample opportunities to keep giving, and you can give only if you're well off. So it's an indirect way of assuring that by giving you will also get. And so there is no need to fear that if I give gold or silver on that day, then all the gold and silver will go away from me. Instead, it will come back to you 100 times. It's like putting one mango seed, and getting hundreds and hundreds of mangoes from the tree later on. So surely you will be rewarded. So don't be afraid of giving. And those who have a lot of pitru dosha, you can also pray to your pitrus on this day, thanking all the pitrus on both your father's side and your mother's side. In this way, you can make this Akshaya Tritiya a more auspicious day than it is expected to be. So you also know that Akshaya Tritiya happens only during the Tithi called Tritiya, and in this particular Tithi there will be two stars. So there is a Rohini Nakshatra and there is a Mrigashira Nakshatra. And Mrigashira Nakshatra is from 1626 PM onwards. I am referring to the Indian Standard Time, and before that it is Rohini Nakshatra. So those of you who know the method of finding which star is better, you can use it in case you also want to buy gold or silver or buy something. Those of you who do not, please learn it now. If all you have to do is to count from your nakshatra, suppose you are let's say you are Ashwini Nakshatra, then say Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini. So Rohini is the fourth nakshatra. So until 1626 tomorrow, 7th, it is more auspicious than the remaining part of Akshaya Tritiya, because then after that Mrigashira is your fifth nakshatra. So all you have to do is just count from your nakshatra 1, 2, 3 like that, and if Rohini or Mrigashira happens to be the second star or the fourth star or the sixth star or the eighth or the ninth, please select it. And if it is more than 9, then use the formula of the trinal nakshatra, which means if Rohini is favorable to you, Then Hasta Nakshatra, which is a trine to Rohini, also is favorable. And Shravana, which is the 22nd Nakshatra, it is also favorable. If Mrigashira is favorable, so you can use this formula for the trinal stars of Mrigashira as well. So I've already done some videos on how to choose muhurtas. In case you have any doubts, you can watch those videos to get more clarity on this rule. It's a very simple idea. Always the stars 1, 3, 5, 7 is always rejected, and the trinal stars to that is also rejected. So wish you a happy and prosperous Akshaya Tritiya day. Consider this as the beginning of a spiritual life, a life of paying back to the society. We have come to the end of this video. In case you have any doubts, please type them out in the comment section, and whenever I find the time, I'll answer them for you. And see you soon in my next video.